Hello everyone, my name is Abhinav Sharma. I am currently pursuing BE from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. And in today's video, we will discuss about decision control statements in Java. Decision control statements. Decision control statements allow conditional execution of code segments. These statements are essential for creating logical decisions and loops in a program. Decision control statements are used for conditional logic. Decision control statements enable the program to choose different execution paths based on specific conditions. Decision control statements make a program efficient. They help control the flow of execution, improving the efficiency and readability of code. The different decision control statements in Java are if condition, if else condition, else if ladder, switch case, for loop, while loop, do while loop, break, and continue statements. The if condition. The if statement is used to execute a block of code if a specified condition is true. It is the most basic form of decision control in Java. Single condition check executes the code only when the condition evaluates to true. Default skip if the condition is false. If block is skipped. The if else condition. The if else statement provides two blocks of code to be executed. One if the condition is true and the other if the condition is false. It offers an alternative path of execution if the condition in the statement is not met. Finally, decision making, used when there are only two possible outcomes, ensures coverage, guarantees that one of the blocks is executed. Else if ladder. The else if ladder allows you to check multiple conditions sequentially. This structure is useful when there are more than two possible outcomes to evaluate. Multiple conditions allows checking of more than two conditions sequentially. One true condition. Only the first true condition's block is executed, others are skipped. Switch case. The switch statement is an alternative to using multiple if-else conditions. It evaluates a single expression and executes code based on the matched case. Compact decision making provides a cleaner and more organized way to handle multiple possible values. Efficient executes only the matching case, skipping others without evaluating each condition. Looping statements. Looping in programming refers to the concept of repeating a set of instructions or a block of code multiple times until a certain condition is met. This is a fundamental aspect of programming as it allows the efficient execution of repetitive tasks without the need to write the same code over and over again. In general, loops automate repetitive tasks by controlling how many times the code should execute based on set of rules or conditions. Importance of looping. Looping is crucial because it allows programs to perform tasks repeatedly based on specific conditions. It simplifies tasks like iterating through arrays, processing user input, running simulations, or performing calculations repeatedly until a particular goal is achieved. Without looping, developers would have to manually repeat the same lines of code, making programs longer, harder to maintain, and prone to errors. Basic structure of a loop. In its most basic form, a loop has initialization, condition, body, increment, and decrement statement. Initialization. This step usually involves setting a counter or variable that controls how many times the loop should run. Condition. The loop will continue to execute as long as this condition remains true. Once the condition becomes false, the loop stops. Body. This contains the block of code that needs to be executed on each iteration of the loop. Increment or decrement. After each iteration, the controlling variable or the counter is updated, moving the loop towards the point where the condition becomes false. The general idea is that the loop begins by initializing a variable, checks if the condition is true, runs the body of the loop, and then updates the variable. The process repeats until the condition becomes false. The three main types of loop in Java are for loop, while loop, and do while loop. For loop. The for loop is used to execute a block of code a fixed number of times. It includes initialization, condition checking, and increment or decrement in a single line, making it useful for iterations. Predetermined iterations, commonly used when the number of iterations is known beforehand. Compact syntax combines initialization, condition, and iteration in one structure for simplicity. The while loop. The while loop executes a block of code as long as the specified condition is true. It is typically used when the number of iterations is not known and is controlled by the condition. Condition-based execution. The loop continues as long as the condition is true. Useful for indefinite iterations. Suitable when the number of loops depends on dynamic conditions. The do-while loop. Do-while loop is similar to the while loop, but ensures that the block of code is executed at least once. The condition is checked after the code block is executed. Guaranteed first execution. The loop body is executed at least once, even if the condition is false initially. Post condition check. The condition is evaluated after executing the code. Break statement. The break statement is used to exit a loop or switch statement prematurely. It immediately transfers control to the statement following the loop or switch. Immediate exit halts loop execution as soon as the break condition is met. Used in loops and switch cases. Commonly used to exit loops or stop executing further case in a switch. Continue statement. Continue statement is used to skip the current iteration of loop and move to the next iteration. It does not terminate the loop but forces the next iteration of the loop. Skip and continue. Skips specific iteration without exiting the loop entirely. Used to bypass specific condition. Useful for ignoring specific cases in loop. Decision control statements in Java play a crucial role in guiding program execution based on conditions. Constructs like if, switch, and loop allow for flexible and dynamic code, enhances code efficiency, improves the logic and flow of the program, enables dynamic responses. These statements make Java programs responsive to different conditions and inputs. So these were different decision control statements in Java. Thank you.